Hi you guys, hello and welcome or welcome back to another weekly vlog. I'm gonna make this intro quick because I just got to the gym and I like to do intros like right before I do something because then I just yap for like the first 6 to 8 minutes of the video. We're gonna do a weekly vlog this week. I really want to focus the emphasis on meal prep, healthy living, morning routines, maybe a full week of workouts, question mark, and the steps I'm doing and the walks and all that stuff. So today's a pull day. It is a little crowded in here though. So I'm really hoping that I can film. Just gonna have to be a little low-key about it. So let's head inside and I will give you guys a reading update and like what we're gonna read this week when I get out of the gym. Hit stop recording before the last set. So I have my hardest sets of this entire workout. It's 2 sets of 8 and it's machine shoulder presses, 50 pounds each. Ugh. I already did 1 set, which I just filmed for you guys, but I thought I filmed and I didn't. So last set, the set before this, I got 7.5 reps and then I dropped it to 45 and I finished the 8th. So it was too crowded downstairs to film my dumbbell bench press sets, so you're not going to see that, but let's get this because my rest period's up. Ugh, fingers crossed. We're going to go for 8 to 10. I think it's only going to be 8. Progressive overload because I completely failed that last rep, but next week we're gonna get it. We're still gonna get it. So let's move on to, I think, triceps. Yeah, I gotta check. Hello you guys, good morning. I kind of left you hanging yesterday after the gym because I left my camera and my gym bag in my car. So it was kind of like out of sight, out of mind. I am on my way to go get a coffee. I don't know, I kind of woke up and was like, I don't feel like making pour over. Also the pour over like glass is in the dishwasher and I need to run a dishwasher, but there's not enough dishes in it to run it. So I just feel like it comes out cleaner because I can't like get to the bottom of the Chemex because of where the filter sits. Like my hand doesn't fit through the middle. Anyway, I do have a bottle cleaner though, so maybe I'll clean the bottle. I'll clean that with the bottle cleaner. Yeah, I just woke up and was like, Starbucks sounds really good, but I cannot do any more coffee syrup this week, really. I mean, I had a lot of coffee syrup last week and I was seeing still like my weight on the decline, but I just, yeah, I gotta kill it for a little bit. It's tempting because those bear cups that I have, they're $5 refills and you can get like a little latte in there. It's like a small latte basically. I did have syrup like 4 times last week, so this week I need to like cool it. I know I'm definitely going to have a flavored latte with syrup in it on Friday. So this week, today, tomorrow, and Thursday, I'm trying to be really good about not having too many calories in my coffee and too much carbs in my coffee because the syrup then converts to carbs, and then like I wasn't tracking that because I didn't know how much syrup was in there, and I was like, well, it's not really gonna ruin my progress. It's not like I'm a competitive bodybuilder, but still I like to see routine, structure, and I like to see the scale dropping even though I'm eating as much as I'm eating. I'm gonna go get a black coffee from Starbucks with sugar-free vanilla and 2 stevia. That's my saving grace. If I want like something slightly flavored, I just look to see if they have sugar-free flavors, and then I'll do that. That way it's still like no calories. No milk. That's another thing. I drink it black now. What other updates do I have for you guys? It's a rest day. It's an active rest day. I'm still going to be getting all my steps in. Like, I was walking on the treadmill this morning, and I only did 20 minutes, but still, 20 minutes is better than nothing. And then maybe Thursday I'll do like 30 minutes on the treadmill. What else do I have? You saw my workout yesterday. Hopefully that footage is good. I haven't started editing it yet. I have a feeling it's going to be real loud in there because the music in my gym is always so incredibly loud. So incredibly loud. What else can I tell you? I'm not going to be like directly sharing my macros because those are specific to me, but I'll show you guys what I'm eating. I'm eating basically at maintenance. I think my maintenance is actually a little bit higher than what I'm eating at. So I am probably in like a 100 to 150 calorie deficit, but I'm like hovering around maintenance, if that makes sense. So I think that's why the scale is dropping, because my stress is regulated. I think my hormones are basically regulated at this point. I feel very regular, which is good. And my energy is up. My workouts have been feeling heavy, but I'm also pushing heavier weight than I ever have. So I think that's a good thing. Getting out of the comfort zone of the comfort weights and pushing some PRs and extra reps and all that fun stuff. Yeah, and I think overall, if we look at my averages for February, because now it's March 3rd, I think. Yeah, it's March 3rd. I lost 5 pounds in February. So I'd like to do that again in March. I don't know how reasonable that is, because I think at some point the scale's going to plateau and my body's going to be like at homeostasis and basically being like, all right, let's ride here. So yeah, I guess we'll see. We'll see how that goes, and we'll check in at the end of March and look at my averages. So, but it was nice to be down 5 pounds. I don't necessarily see it, but I do feel it, which is good. So yeah, I'm excited. I feel like habits, now that it's been like 3 solid weeks. It's been 4 with a slightly inconsistent weekend, but it's been 3 like on it weeks. I feel like we're transitioning from habit to lifestyle, which is good. My one concern is finally when I'm home, how that's going to play out, because I've been dog sitting for the last 3 weeks, which is why it's been so easy, because I've been able to meal prep for myself, and I've been able to have a fridge to myself and like ingredient prep and not have to worry about storage. So when I get home, I'm going to have to like really evaluate the situation and really figure out how to plan and prep in a house of 5 instead of just being like a house of 1. So that's my only like nervousness, but it's going to be fine. Everything's going to work out. I just got to stick to the plan. And even if that means like setting some boundaries and things like that, I will be happy that I did instead of being stressed out that I didn't. So, all right, this was a big update. I'm talking for almost 7 minutes at this point. Let's go run over to Starbucks and get some coffee. And then I guess it'll be time to start the workday, or about that time to start the workday. So something I've decided to do for March, just as like a digestion gut check, is incorporate back in this girl 2 capfuls in some water, and I just chug it. It's been a long time since I've done one of these shots, so we're gonna do it together for accountability. It's gonna taste gross, but my body's gonna thank me for it. So that was an overflow. Yikes. This stuff, if you've never had it, so good. So strong. Like literally this, you can even see it. That's how much I'm literally going to take right now. I'm going to fill this with water and then we're just going to throw it back. I also have, the amount of drinks I have in the morning is unreal. I also have this leftover protein shake from my overnight oats that I make in the morning. So they're not really overnight oats. Okay, Here's what she's looking like. I would normally take this with my greens, but I don't have greens powder here. And I just need to get this done and stop procrastinating it. I also have to put lemon in my water, but one thing at a time. So, cheers. That wasn't horrible, but it definitely wasn't great. Ugh, okay. Got that done. I normally would do this first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. I have had coffee with creamer in it. Haven't eaten yet though. So we're as close to an empty stomach as possible. I think I'm gonna leave this out so I remember to take it every single morning. I'm actually gonna put it by my coffee stuff. Yeah. That way I grab that first before I even think about making a pour over. Ugh. I'm gonna drink this now and then go to my coffee and wait for my oats to absorb some of the protein, the protein shake that I put in it. I'll probably eat that closer to like 9:30. It's usually when I've been having breakfast because I eat like every 3 to 4 hours. It depends on how active I am. Today's gonna be more like every 4. So I'll eat at like 9:30, 1:30, 5:30, and then I'll have a snack before I go to bed. So, all right. Again, part 2. Cheers. And I'll see you guys when I'm maybe having breakfast or at least when I'm having lunch. I have no lights on. I don't plan on turning any lights on, but I was just making sure that the video is not too dark. But it's 9:30, which means it's breakfast time, which is my favorite time of day. It's time I get to eat. I need a spoon though. So this looks, hold on. I'm going to put this like on my sweatshirt again because it's just easier to... Yeah, I don't know if the sound quality is good, but it's easier to chat and not have to hold that. They are looking pretty cakey, which is what I look for. What I mean by that is like it looks thick, but it's the yogurt plus the protein shake that I put in here. This breakfast typically is where I get a lot of protein. It's probably the most amount of protein that I eat throughout the whole day is with breakfast. Second to that would be dinner and then lunch. I probably should reverse lunch and dinner, but it doesn't always fall that way. So it's always like super important. I've heard this plenty of times and I also know it to be true from experience. It's so important to get a lot of protein first thing in the morning, especially for women. I also notice that when I do have a lot of protein first thing in the morning, my afternoon, what we would call like the coffee crash or like the afternoon snooze, like that's not really existent when I have a lot of protein first thing in the morning. So I'll pop the ingredients. Well, you guys saw them like in a video, but I'll put exactly what I use like over here somewhere from MyFitnessPal. It doesn't look like glamorous or anything, but it doesn't need to. Literally, like this is what it looks like once I mix it all up. And yes, the fruit is still partially frozen. I just think it's better that way. I think it just tastes better. So I'm going to eat this while I work. And this will hold me over till about, as long as I like eat it and not get distracted, this should hold me over till about 1:30. And then that's when I'll have lunch. It's going to rain all day. So I was hoping to get a walk in outside, but I don't think that's going to happen. I was going to take the dogs. But since it's going to rain, I want to try to keep them inside. And I think we'll just walk on the treadmill later. I started a new thing yesterday that after every meeting I have, I walk for either 5 or 10 minutes, depending on how long the meeting is. I'm going to try that again today, see how it goes. I don't think it's going to be something that I can do every single day, depending on how busy my work day is. I think that's what I'm going to do later. I have 2 meetings today. I have, I think, 11 and 1:30. Or 11:30 and 1:30. I will walk after my 11:30, 11? I think it's 11. I think it's from 11 to 12. So I'll walk from 12 to 12:15 and then I'll have a meeting at 1:30. Then we'll need to eat lunch after that or before that if I'm finding I'm hungry. I kind of do a wait and see with lunch. I don't really have a set timeline for that. And then I will eat and walk this afternoon since I want to walk after lunch just to get things moving and grooving. Digestion wise. What other updates do I have? Oh, reading updates. We'll have to talk a little bit more about this later when I have more time to give you guys an update. I am like 20% through My Phony Valentine and it is so stinking cute. I am obsessed with this book. I think it's great. I gave an update a couple of days ago, but I kind of like majorly flopped with that vlog. So I'll put that here where I just go on and on and on about it. So yeah, watch this update from a couple of days ago where I give you guys a reading update because I thought I was going to start this vlog a couple of days ago and then I just didn't, but I'm going to put that footage here. I have a reading update. I've been doing a lot of reading the last like 24 hours and I am 133 pages into My Funny Valentine by Courtney Walsh. This book, you guys, is so good. I know I started to talk about it yesterday and how it was just like super refreshing to not read about a hockey star that's like into partying and like into that scene and like the Playboy aspect of it, but he's so wholesome and like she's so wholesome too. I mean, their pasts aren't very wholesome. I still don't know that part yet, but they're so cute. He prays for their dinner. Guys, he prays over their meal and he thanks God for her. My heart. I haven't felt this way about a book in a long time. So I am so excited to be reading and recommending this book to you guys. I want to read the next one in a series too, which is St. Patrick's Day themed. And then there's a Christmas one. But I need to get my hands on, I think it's called My Lucky Charm. Need to get my hands on it. Like ASAP. March 1st is Sunday. I think over the weekend I will have to go to Barnes & Noble and see if I can pick it up. Yep. It's just so good. Oh my goodness. Okay. So plot wise, what I'm up to now is that we have I don't think this is a spoiler, but I'll tell you trope wise where we're at here. Fake dating is about to ensue and they have some terms and conditions and there's pressure to do it one way, but they're standing their ground and they want to do it a totally different way, which I love, like good for them. And they're going to do it on their own terms and they're going to make the rules. And I just see this, I feel like our main character, Poppy, I feel like she's going to be stubborn and she's going to like really try to snap out of it and be like, no, this is fake dating. And then we have our male main character and he is just we've seen like little inklings of him like starting to fall for her. And I just think that very quickly into this contract, he's going to end up falling like real hard for her, but then he's going to talk himself out of it and be like, oh, like she's not going to want somebody like me, like with my past, she's going to judge me and like she's just going to want somebody better, like blah, 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 blah. So I think they're both, because we see it already in the beginning of this book, they both do a little like self-sabotaging. So I think that's going to play a major role into if there's like a third act conflict of some sort. I think it's going to be over that. I think there's going to be lots of talk of them self-sabotaging and just thinking they don't deserve each other. And meanwhile, like they're great for each other. So I think that's where this book is going to land. I could be totally wrong. I think I have it planned out, but yeah, I could also be totally wrong. There's still a lot of book left. These book pages are also like super thick, which is throwing me for a curveball because I am 133 pages in. This book to me looks like it's 400 pages and it's only like 330 or 340. So yeah, great book. Very excited to keep reading it. Okay, so not gonna lie, I've had a really crappy work day. I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna say it as it is. One of those days where like, for literally no reason whatsoever, because I got plenty of sleep, I'm not drinking more coffee than I normally would. I'm eating. I've just been like on extra high alert. And like, I'm watching one of the dogs I'm watching. Okay. He couldn't like get up on his steps for some reason, but I think he's okay. I have just been on like major high stress alert today. So I don't know what that's all about. I have really no reason to be stressed. Like, so for example, I had a work call earlier and then like something happened before the call that I wasn't involved in, but like literally everybody else was. And then I was like, oh, like why was I left out? Like I had a little bit of pick me energy for a second and I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Like this, why am I drumming this up to be a lot more than it is? It doesn't need to be this big. Like it's okay. Like I probably wasn't needed. Like it doesn't matter. Wasn't missing out on anything. But then me just like in the moment, I was like, are they purposely like leaving me out? Am I being slowly like, I don't know, like pushed to the wayside so that they can like, it was just like one of those days and I just overreacted and I don't know why my stress level is so high, but it really shouldn't be so high. So on my lunch break, which I'm currently on, it's about to end, I did some junk journaling because I'm part of a traveling journal rotation, for lack of a better word. And I'm a little behind on my journal. So I actually have 3 that I'm working on that I can go send out. This is number 2. I finished 1. My goal is to finish the next 2 and send them out tonight or first thing tomorrow morning. But I wanted to show you guys the spread that I made because not all hope is lost for today. Actually, I need to add one more sticker here. Let me see if I can find one more sticker real quick while we're chatting. So it's me and like 10 other girls they're all from like Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan. I'm the outlier out here on Long Island. And oh, I wonder if that fits. We're doing like a traveling journal thing. So I have to work on these journals to get them out. I fell behind like majorly in January. So I'm trying to catch up. Oh no, it's like just too big. We can make this work. It's like just too big, but I think it just goes. It covers like part of the E, but it's still readable. So, okay, anyway, to wrap it full circle, when I started my lunch break, I was like, I need to step away. I cannot sit at the desk because sometimes I'll sit at my desk and eat. Not my desk, the desk that in the house that I'm house and dog sitting for. But today I was like, I have to step away and I have to do something to take my mind off of work because otherwise I'm just going to spiral. We don't need to spiral. So I've gone through all the interactive pages in this journal and then I just started like my about me page. So I'm definitely out of practice with junk journaling because this became like really big for me in the summer and the fall. And then Christmas happened and then I just stopped altogether. So I kind of like fell out of rhythm and routine. So I made this page and I thought it was so cute. I'll hold it up. We'll do a little like show and tell. So let me duck this down a little bit so you guys can see more. I did like a picture of me and about me, like some fun facts. And then I just put like this cute little camera sticker here. And then I had this like random thing from a monthly subscription that I used to be a part of. So I put it here with a little flap. And then I did like a coffee and currently reading. I thought that was so cute because I like plugged my Instagram and my YouTube. And then I have this sticker for like bookish because I was looking for like some bookish stickers. And then I have this camera since I plugged my YouTube. I don't know. I just thought it was so cute. I'm like, okay, not all hope is lost. Like I could still do this. I'm still feeling good. Like I'm feeling well enough to create. So yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was cute and I wanted to share that. So I do have to kind of clean up my spot a little bit and head back to work. But I'm going to probably create like, I don't know, 3 or 4 more spreads. I try to do like what everybody else did. So I'm going to probably do like 4 to 5. I know I want to make like a bookshelf and have people write like their favorite books. Like try to keep it interactive. Oh, there's a little like take something, leave something back here too, which is cool. So, and I know there's like other girls, like this is what's left. So I want to obviously leave room for everybody else too. So I'm going to continue this after work. I need to have like a fun agenda tonight. It's my one night of like, I am in the house by myself. Like nobody's coming to visit me. It's just me and the dogs. So I'm like, do I want to go run some errands? Do I want to go to Barnes and Noble? Do I want to just stay here and like craft all night? So I'm trying to decide what I want to do because it's raining and really, really gloomy out. So I'm torn between what I want to do. Barnes & Noble sounds fantastic, and I have gift cards burning holes in my pockets. And there are 2 books that I do want to pick up, but yeah, I don't know. Do I want to go out in the rain? That's the real question. But anyway, I will figure that out later. For now, I'm going to head back to work, and then I will see you guys after work with our fun agenda. Oh, I didn't show you guys my lunch. Darn, I forgot. I just ate. It was a pre-made meal from Redefined Meals. I think I've talked about them in previous vlogs before. And this one was their penne chicken parm, which was really, really good. It was basically like a chicken cutlet with some penne and marinara sauce. I threw it in the microwave, and I was like, yep, this is really good. This is hitting right now. So, yeah, I'm pretty full. I did make another coffee. This is not another Starbucks. I'm just using the Starbucks cup. But I did make my 3rd and final cup of coffee for today. And I'm going to sip on this while I work to get through the afternoon. And, yeah, got to just lock in for a couple more hours. That's why I kind of like taking a lunch break. It's already 2:30, I think. Yeah, it's already 2:30. So, just got 2.5 more hours. And then we're done. Okay, what a day, you guys. Oh my goodness. You ever have one of those days where you're just like, I need today to be over? That was me today. I just sat down to do some journaling because I feel like I'm going to need it. Hopefully you guys don't hear too much background noise. The dogs that I'm watching are eating their bones. It's kind of like their end of the night snack. I just had 2 Oreos as my end of the night snack, and I'm ready for bed. I also just got the rest of my steps in. I have not gotten 10,000 steps yet so far this month, but that's okay. One of my goals this month was to do 10,000 a day. It's just a lot harder when you don't prioritize it, and I feel like taking care of myself has become like another full-time job on top of my full-time job. So I'm going to get it. I'm going to get there. I think I actually wrote my goal to be on average 10,000 a week. Yeah, I average 10K per week. So far this week, I'm under that. I think I'm hovering around like 7,000. I think it's actually at the high end of 6,000. So let's take a look. And then that'll gauge the rest of the week. Oh, okay. It's showing the last 7 days. So from February 25th to March 3rd, my average has been 7,300 steps. So really, I need to look at like once it gets to March 1st or March 2nd when I made these goals, then I could see the 7-day average. But as of now, today was 7,200. Yesterday was 10,000 and Sunday was 55. So I feel like I'm probably in the 6,000 range, I think. So I just need to get it up the next couple of days. If I can hit 10,000 the rest of the week, I think my average will be pretty close to 10,000. It's not like a hard set rule, but something I want to try to strive for and just like be intentional with my steps. So I did everything else today though. I did meet Garmin's goal, which was 7,090. So I do get a green check mark for today saying goal met. That's pretty cool. We did apple cider vinegar this morning. I got my steps. I'm just looking. I kind of made like a checklist in my planner. A gallon of water. I'm actually behind on that, which is probably why I feel so like drained right now. I did my apple cider vinegar. I did not do the lemon water. That could have been tied in with the gallon. I am sipping on creatine currently, and today was not a workout day. So try again tomorrow. But today was just kind of like a weird day. I do have a book haul though. I have a mix of library books and books that I own, and all of this cost me a whopping 84 cents. Shout out to gift cards and shout out to store credits, and the library. So where do I start? I don't know. Let's go with the books that I picked up literally like an hour ago at Barnes & Noble. So today is Tuesday, which means it's new release Tuesday. And today is the release day for Just Friends by Haley Pham. So I picked up this one from Barnes & Noble. Only Target had the sprayed edges, but because I'm on a no-buy right now, if you're new here, I am currently on a no-buy for the foreseeable future until I get my TBR down, my physical TBR down to, I think I said under 50 books. It could be under 20 books. I don't remember how strict I was. I have to go back and watch that video, but I'll link it up at the top somewhere. Yeah, so I can get new books. They just have to be from places I have gift cards or I have store credit, or it has to be from the library and then it has to go back. And then if I fall like absolutely head over heels in love with it and I'm out of gift cards and store credit, then it has to wait until I got my TBR down and then I can buy it as the trophy. All that to say, really, I spent 84 cents of my own money. If I had my other Barnes & Noble gift card with me, it would have gone on that. My total literally came to $50.84. I was so mad. But I forgot how expensive hardcovers are now. Because the next book's a hardcover. The next book I picked up was this gorgeous cover, which I have been eyeing for so long. Every time I go to a bookstore, I'm like, oh, I should get it. Oh, I should get it. And then I never walk out of the store with it. It's this copy of Quicksilver by Callie Hart. Stunning. The edges are silver, which is really cool. I just love this cover. And I've been wanting to read this book. And I had the gift card, so I was like, you know what? Might as well. Might as well pick it up. Like, come on. So those are the two books I picked up tonight from Barnes & Noble. And then a couple of days ago, I went to go see one of the small businesses that I love to support who is currently selling like my leftover merch. She had her trailer out at a distillery. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go there because she was holding a copy of And Now Back to You by B.K. Borison. I'm so excited to read this book. I cannot wait to start this one. I love the first one. And I also read the first one while I was in Baltimore, so it's kind of like extra special. Oh, I can't wait. Cannot wait to dive into this one. I'm hoping to get to it like next week. I don't think it's going to happen before the weekend. And then I picked up this cutie book that I saw at the library, and I was like, wait a second, she has it too. It's called Books and Bewitchment by Isla Jewell. Look at the cover. I think it's so cute. Little like spells and stuff like that. I don't know. I just thought it was a cute cover and the premise is interesting. I also picked up two Kindle, like they're not decals, but you can put them like behind your clear case. And I know this one is technically for the Kindle Basic, but I think it'll fit my Kobo Clara. And I thought this was so cute. Look at this. How stinking cute is that? I'm excited. I got to see if it fits. Hopefully it does. If not, I'm going to see if Dan's sister wants it because she just got a Kindle Basic and I think it'll fit hers. And then I also got this one. This one's really, really cute. Now onto the library haul. I picked up 3 fantasy books. Plus, and now I have Quicksilver. So we're going to have to do a whole week of fantasy reading because this is very out of my comfort zone. I just picked up Rings of Fate by Melissa De La Cruz. This did not age well because I had just heard the YA book that she came out with has some stuff in it that's like not great. So hopefully this one's okay. I think this one should be fine though. And then I also picked up Stolen Midnights. These were all recommended to me by a colleague of mine. And she said that this one and the one I just showed you guys both end on cliffhangers and both super, super good. So then we have Stolen Midnights. Look at the sprayed edges on them. Wow. Wow. So good. And then the last one I picked up is a book too that I just never read. I read book 1. I loved book 1. I gave it 5 stars. Never picked up book 2. So it is the second book in the Heartless Hunter series. This is Rebel Witch by Kristen Ciccarelli, I think is how I pronounce it. So hopefully this one is just as good, if not better, than Heartless Hunter. It's been a minute since I've read Heartless Hunter, though. So hopefully I remember it. Somebody give me Spark Notes in the comments, please. Otherwise, I will look it up and just do a quick little refresh on that book because I really don't remember it. I'm sure once I get into the beginning of book 2, I'll remember it. But that is my book haul. I'm still reading My Phony Valentine. I only read about 2 chapters tonight. So I'll give you guys more of a reading update tomorrow, probably tomorrow night when I have some more time to read it. But for now, I'm going to get ready for bed. I know I said I was literally just going to journal, but my eyes are shut. So I think it's just better off that we go to bed. I got to hit a leg day tomorrow morning. Might as well just go to sleep, get the extra sleep, and then I'll see you guys bright and early for the gym tomorrow. Good morning. There's not a single spot to be had at my gym right now, and it's 5:25 in the morning. Hate that. Absolutely hate that. This year, for some reason, everybody's New Year's resolution was, I'm going to go to the gym first thing in the morning. It's crazy. We've also had a couple of gyms close in the area, so we're feeling the congestion, which is why I've started to look for a new gym. But, you're not going to, I don't want to just run from one problem to the next either. So whatever, it's going to be okay. I'm going to deal with it. You ever have one of those days that turns into one of those nights and then also turns into one of those mornings where there's anxiety building in my stomach, and I think it rubbed off on one of the dogs. I know that sounds so far-fetched. This dog could genuinely just have to have gone out every 2 to 3 hours last night. So I had to get up and let the dog out every 2 to 3 hours last night. So I'm really only running on 6 hours of sleep, broken up into 2-hour chunks because I was up so often. Sorry. Oh my gosh. So I just have this pit in my stomach, and I think it's just a result of thinking about my dog sitting adventures coming to an end, which I'm very happy they're coming to an end. I'm thankful for the opportunities. I was able to work from these people's homes for 3.5 weeks. I was able to make some extra money. I'm super thankful for that. But also while I was out doing my own thing is when I was most consistent with tracking and meal prep and getting to the gym and just figuring out how to bring those habits back to my house is flipping me out. Which it shouldn't, because home is home base. It should have flipped me out more to bring my habits outside of the house than it is to bring them back into the house. So I just feel I don't know, I feel a little on edge. And I can tell I'm, what's the word? I can tell I am not broadcasting it onto other things or other areas. I'm projecting that into other areas of my life. And I think that's what happened with work yesterday. I just was projecting stress into work when it really didn't need to be stressful. So I'm going to head into the gym because there's more and more cars coming, and it's just going to be crowded. 5:30 in the morning, it's going to be crowded. So we're going to hit legs. I don't know if I'm going to be able to film. Hopefully I can film something. And I'll see you guys after. Good morning, you guys. How are we feeling after last night's podcast episode with Miss Sarah J. Maas on Call Her Daddy last night? I was shocked. I mean, I wasn't shocked. I knew there was a book coming. Hold on, I have to do some math. Okay, so I knew there was a book coming. I just was so surprised about the way it's coming. She's doing volumes. I'm making coffee. That's what I'm doing here. You guys are actually in the cabinet. I'm finishing up this Black Rifle coffee that I had. And then I need to go to Whole Foods later and get more coffee. Volumes? We're going to get like different parts. We're getting part 1 in October and parts 2 and 3 on my birthday. That's going to be like the best 30th birthday. Nobody bother me. I just want to read. Like, I'm going to dive real deep into this universe to catch up. Not even to catch up. I'm already caught up, but I feel as though I really do need to do a reread leading into October, because I feel like there's going to be a crazy, insane amount of tie-ins. And I was telling my friend last night, I think it's been like 4 years since I read ACOTAR. Crescent City I'm more familiar with. Throne of Glass, I desperately need to do a reread because I listened to those books and it was probably the worst decision because dang it, I just cleaned the countertop. I really don't remember much of anything from it. And I feel like the audiobooks don't do it justice, if that makes any sense. Like, I feel like with those books, you really have to be invested, like, reading-wise. I don't know. It could just be, like, a personal preference. It probably is just a personal preference, but, yeah, I just feel the need to do a reread of this whole universe before October, which is a big commitment because that's 8, 5, and 3. What is that, 16 books that I have to read before October? Plus all the other books I want to read. So, like, yeah, I will try my best. I definitely do want to do ACOTAR and Crescent City, though, because I feel like those are going to be the two that she's really going to focus on with this next book, because obviously it's another ACOTAR book. And, yeah, just with, like, everything that her brain ties together, I feel that it's appropriate to at least read ACOTAR and Crescent City. Yeah, I was just... And then a lot of other things in the interview made more sense now that I got to actually listen to Sarah J. Maas talk. I didn't realize, like, the amount of stuff that she was going through. Like, I actually was feeling like, man, like, I'm happy that she's writing because that's such an outlet for her. And she's been able to express herself in such a way that now we as the reader get to, like, read and go through with her. I don't know. I thought that was a great interview. I really enjoyed it. I didn't watch it live. I could have watched it live, but I missed, like, the first half hour of it. So I went back and I rewatched. Well, not rewatched. I went back and watched in the beginning up until the end, obviously. I did see, like, the spoilers on Instagram, but I was specifically looking for them because I was getting tired. I was like, all right, like, of course she's going to save the best for last. Of course, if there's a book release, like, that's going to be the last question. So by, like, 10:15, I was like, all right, somebody tell me what's going on. It was funny because, like, for a while, Instagram was silent. Absolutely silent. Nobody was talking about it. Nobody was even posting that they were watching it. And I was like, why isn't anybody posting anything? And it's because in the beginning, like, they were just kind of doing, like, to get to know you questions, like, the icebreakers, the easy stuff. And then about halfway through is when they got to the harder stuff. So I'm excited. I think these books are going to be pretty long. She said that the first volume is going to be, like, she said she wrote part 1 and it was already 400 pages. So I have a feeling we're going to get, like, a 400 to 500 page book first. And then parts 2 and 3, that's going to be a chunk. That's going to be, like, I could easily see it be, like, 800 pages. I would say between 700 and 800 pages. And then she's going to write the conclusion. Which is crazy that she hasn't written a conclusion, but I'm happy that she's taking a break. Like, I would rather writers... And this is, like, the same thing I think for, like, Rebecca Yarros, too. Like, I would rather writers take longer to write the books and then give us, like, real good story and real good quality versus, like, forcing it out because there's part of the reader population that's like, give me the book now. Like, I want it now. Like, why didn't you write it yet? Like, I appreciate, especially with this interview, that Sarah J. Maas went so much into her personal life and like things that she's gone through, and she talked about her family and like how she needed to sort out her life before this story came to her. And I don't know, I just thought it was great. I really appreciated the amount of thought that went into it. And I'm excited for this book to come out. I think if people get arcs of it, it's going to be like World War III in the book community, honestly, because so many people are going to want arcs, and so many people are going to like be emailing Bloomsbury being like, I want to read it advanced, like here's why, blah, 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 blah. Like, it's going to be crazy. So we'll see. We shall see. What else do we have to talk about? Oh my goodness, today's Harry Styles. This is why I've been so unwell. I know this is supposed to be health and wellness focused, guys. I know. But we have a lot to talk about, okay? Today's Harry Styles' new album launch. I don't think it's launched yet. I don't even know, like, if there's a specific time. 16 hours. What is it, release at midnight? Hey Siri, when is 16 hours from now?
It's 11:57 p.m.
It's gonna release at midnight. Dang it. I mean, I'm gonna have to stay up. Or I'll just listen to it first thing tomorrow. Tomorrow is a back and biceps day, so maybe that'll just be my playlist of, not even, like, it'll be my album of choice. Listen to the whole album while I do back and biceps. What else was I going to talk? Oh, we're gonna talk about Harry. I'm currently making coffee. Oh, I had a new low weigh-in this morning, which was crazy to me. I knew it was going to happen because of the way I felt yesterday. So the other day when I had that really crummy work day and I was just kind of like, guys, like I'm stressed. Like I just feel this pit in my stomach. And even yesterday morning when I woke up and I was like, still feeling it. I had a meeting yesterday that went really, really well, that I had some weird gut feeling that it wasn't going to go well. And usually when I have those feelings, it's like the polar opposite of what's going to happen. But I don't know. I had that weird feeling. I got through that meeting. It was fine. It was actually better than fine. And then I just felt this stress, like, let go. And God was like, girl, I am your provider and I am your peace. Like, just trust in me. And I was just like praying. I was like, God, like, give me the peace for this work day. Like, I don't know why I'm feeling this way, but I'm going to just trust you with it. And I just felt the stress, like, literally fall from me. And guys, I was so stinking hungry yesterday. That's how I knew. I was like, tomorrow I'm going to be at like the low weigh-in. Like, I just feel it. I feel it. The fact that I had lunch at, what time was that? Like 12:30. And by 4 o'clock, I was like, guys, when am I going to have dinner? When am I going to have dinner? Yeah, and I didn't really vlog. I don't think I vlogged at all last night because I was kind of rushing. The transition while I'm dog sitting from work to feeding the dogs to feeding myself to going to my church for youth group, it's like, it's got to happen really fast. So I was just like, let me just get this done. Yeah, so even after dinner, like 2 hours later, my stomach was hungry. And I'm like, this better not be food noise, because that's my biggest thing, is trying to conquer the food noise. And I felt like I was conquering it. And I think I still am. I definitely think I still am. But it's something that I do struggle with, especially when I'm in a deficit. Like, I'm not even truly in a deficit right now. I am just below maintenance, which is why I'm still dropping weight. Yeah, so I just have to be careful with that and make sure that I'm blocking the food noise. That's kind of why, I know it's not like the healthiest thing, but I'm also like not doing drugs. So like, whatever. The Coke Zero Sugar, having that at night, like that's been curbing my appetite. And then I could maybe make my meals a little bit smaller and incorporate some more snacks. But I just feel like for me, I'm going to forget to have the snacks and then I'm just going to be behind. So I'd rather just have breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, cherry float, Coke Zero. Yeah, hit a new low this morning. I have to send my check-in to my coach. I haven't done that yet. I forgot to do it last night. So I'm waiting for this coffee to finish brewing. I think it's just about done. I keep adding water to it because I keep talking. But it probably is done. It's going to be a little bit weaker because I didn't have the right amount of coffee grounds, but that's okay. We're using what we have. It's all good. What else can I tell you guys? Sorry. Thinking about switching gyms. Did we talk about that? We may have glanced upon that. I went to go check out the basically like bodybuilder mecca of the East Coast. It's literally known as the East Coast Mecca. Bev Francis Powerhouse Gym. I went to go check out that gym and I absolutely fell head over heels in love with it. The thing is, it is like triple the price of what I'm paying right now to go to a club gym, which is Crunch, which you guys have seen. So I have to really like figure out the finances there. But I really want to go really, really, really badly. And there's a gym. That's why I got distracted before. My mom was texting me. She was like, there's a gym that's closer. You might want to check that one out. But that gym's more expensive than going to Bev's, and I'd rather go to Bev's. So I have to figure out the finances on that. I'm not complaining about the amount of people in the gym because I think it's great that more people are getting in the gym. But I also feel like my general, like, 10-mile radius of my house needs more gyms because they keep closing. And we're just feeling the traffic of more people coming to just one gym in particular. Like, it's basically 2 to 3 gyms in one, like population wise, not space wise. If it was like the size of 2 gyms, I wouldn't be complaining. But yeah, I just don't want to be running from one problem to another. So I want to go check out Bev's a couple more times in the morning just to make sure that, you know, I'm not walking into another crowded gym. If it's busy, that's one thing. If it's absolutely crowded and I can't find parking, that's a whole other different ball game. So that's my rant. I have to take my apple cider vinegar shot. I just realized I haven't taken it. I also haven't had any coffee yet. So this is just pure like me ranting right now. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it. Yeah, I'm just going to put it in here. I'm not even going to add water to this because I have water. I'm just going to. Oh, shot 1, 2. I forgot to do this yesterday, so getting it done today as I'm standing here yapping for 15 minutes. Cheers. I haven't done it straight like that. Oh my gosh, in a long time. But got it down. Now I can have my coffee. I already prepped my breakfast as I was cleaning the kitchen. So that's prepped. I'll eat that in probably about an hour. Once it kind of like expands and like does its thing in the fridge. So, all right. I think we've updated us. Like, I think I've updated you guys on everything at this point. Let me know what your thoughts are. If you watched the interview last night with Sarah and Alex, and if you're going to be listening to the new Harry Styles album at midnight tonight, let me know. I mean, you guys will see this video weeks later, but like, I just feel like it's going to be so good. And it's going to be my album of the year. I have high hopes and expectations. I just hope that they're not too high. Okay. Anyway, let's have some coffee and go get our day started.
Good morning, you guys. It's Harry Styles Day. I'm so excited. I was going to listen to it earlier while I was supposed to be working out, but I slept like absolute garbage. My sleep score is probably like in the 60s because I had to take the dogs out in the middle of the night twice. Oh, it's a 74. Me looking at a sleep score of a 74 being like, oh, that's not bad. Oh my gosh, I was up a lot. Yeah, that's why I don't feel great today. And I'm very sore today. Look how many times I was awake. Makes sense. Makes sense. Although the total time I was awake was only 41 minutes, but still, it interrupts you like over and over again. I have back and biceps today. So I was going to do that this morning and then I decided, no, like I'm going to sleep. And then I got up at 6:30 and I was debating going and I got up at 6:30 and I was debating going like right as I woke up. But then I was like, I kind of want to have like a slow-ish morning. I didn't sleep great. I'm kind of tired. So I have the ability to get it done on my lunch break later. So I'm going to do that instead. If I didn't have that, I would have pushed myself this morning to be like, no, we're going. And then I could have just like taken a nap at some point on my lunch break. But today is much easier work day. So I have the ability to do that, which I'm very thankful for. That's something that if I switch gyms, I'm not really going to have the ability to do, which is something I have to really think about. What else can I... Oh, yes. Okay. Full circle. The coffee is like just kicking in now. It's been one of those mornings. Going to be listening to Harry's new album while I'm at the gym, just top to bottom, no shuffle. I feel like it's going to be just everything. I know I said yesterday I have very high expectations, so trying not to let those expectations get in the way, but I just feel like it's going to be a great album. I mean, just from listening to Aperture alone, like the vibe is so like an album that I would listen to on repeat. So very excited to listen to that. I was just writing down in my Hobonichi planner all of my workouts. Not all of them, but like at least the 3 that I've had for the last like 5 weeks. I just wrote them down so that way I have a record of them. I want to start doing that a little more often. I feel like storing everything on my phone is not great. So I wrote down at least this week's workouts and the weights that I did so that way I can reference that next week because I actually just ended my contract for being a trainee, like having a personal trainer. It's just financially not like the greatest idea for me right now, trying to save and looking at moving out, and like I don't need to be spending that kind of money each month. I'd rather save that and put it like into a savings account or something like that. I'm officially done with that. I'm gonna be training myself, which is gonna be fun. I am definitely going to have to channel into like a different type of discipline because I'm not going to have somebody to hold me accountable every single week. It's going to be me like every single day being like, all right, we got to do the things, get the things done, which it should be doable. I just think it's going to definitely be a little bit of an adjustment as we get started, but I see no issues. I think it's going to be great. At least I have record of these last 3 workouts and the weights that I did, because that's the other thing too. I have no record like outside of the app that I was using for personal training with my coach. I have no record of the weights that I did previously. So like if I lose access to the app, it's kind of like it, but I'll be able to figure it out. Like I know for the most part in my brain, like what weights I've done, what weights I can push to, what weights I'll fail at. So yeah, lots of changes coming up, which is exciting. Nerve-wracking, but also very exciting. I do have to study today. I have to find time to do that. I probably should have done that this morning, but I was just kind of like chilling. Like I just want to relax. I might have time to study tonight a little bit. I am going to get my day started now because it's almost 8 o'clock. Ow. And then like make some more coffee, check on the dogs, all that fun stuff. So I will see you guys at the gym later.
Hello, you guys. Happy Sunday. I realized I didn't vlog yesterday, because I realized that I inadvertently left my camera home by accident, first of all. Second of all, was completely knocked out because apparently over the last couple of weeks, unknowing to me, like I didn't even realize, I went dairy-free and had dairy yesterday and was completely knocked out all day yesterday. So it really shows like your body like adapts and you go without eating a certain food for a certain amount of time and then you bring it back and it's like, what is this? This is foreign. So yeah, I didn't even realize that like I did that. I was thinking about what I'm eating, and the only other dairy I really have is whey protein, which is different. It's not really like dairy. So yeah, I was knocked out yesterday, but we are so back today. My stomach's still like a little funky, but I'm eating. So that's all that matters. Yesterday, I like by 4 o'clock, I was like, I can't eat anything else. I cannot eat anything else the rest of the day. It was just like, It's terrible. I don't recommend doing that. If you eat dairy, keep on keeping on, because if you cut it out for a long period of time and then you bring it back, it's terrible. It's literally terrible. So today I am eating my leftover meal prep that I made. I'm going to try to show you guys. This fork, hold on. Could do it without the fork. It's making me think of like barbecue that I had when I went to Austin, Texas. It looks like barbecue, but it's not. It's pulled chicken that I made in a crock pot with street corn, and I attempted to make sweet potato fries. I don't think I left them in the oven long enough. I think I was just impatient and took them out too early, so they're not really like crispy. Also, I feel like if I put them in a toaster oven, they probably would have gotten crispy, but I was impatient and I wanted to eat lunch. So I'm just calling them like my sweet potato strips. Sure, we'll call them that. I had leftover sweet potatoes, so I seasoned them with salt, pepper, garlic, and paprika, and then just threw them in the oven at 425 for about half an hour. Probably could have used like a full hour, but they're good. They're definitely good at half an hour, so I recommend. I've been really liking cooking. I know I mentioned that. And making like whatever I can myself instead of ordering out. It's also so much cheaper to do that. Did I give you guys the spend breakdown? I think I did. Maybe not. So I took the amount of money that I've spent on groceries for the last 2.5 weeks, divided it by the amount of times I eat a day, and basically anytime I eat, it comes out to being like $3.52, which like you're not going to find that anywhere else. You're not going to find that in a restaurant. Even like fast food, like you're not going to find that anywhere. So it's pretty cool to know like the stuff I'm putting in my body is A, fueling me, B, good for me, and C, it's saving money. So today is my last day dog sitting, finally. I've been out of the house now for a month, so the transition home is going to be interesting. I really just want to keep on the habits that I've built, keep on meal prepping, planning, getting my workouts in, getting my steps in, all of that fun stuff. Still do it, just now from home. So I'm going to go back to eating my lunch. I was watching a YouTube video and then the TV like went into sleep mode. So that's what you kind of heard in the background. So I'm getting back to watching some vlogs and eating my lunch. And then I have to finish packing. Packing to go home. What a concept. We're so back. Guys, I'm finally home. I've been out of the house for literally a month. I slept here one night in the last month. I am so happy to be home. I am also so, what's the word? Coming back into my space, like, not sure how to act. Like, I thought it would be easier to just jump back into routine, and kind of was, but then when I got up, I was a little disoriented. I was like, wait a second, like, what do I do? I got up and went to the gym, so that's most important. And I just got back a little while ago from a quick, like, 20-minute walk just to kind of, I don't know, be outside. Like, just be home and be back in, like, my environment and my neighborhood. So that's all I've done so far this morning. I also did meal prep my breakfast, which I'm going to probably eat in about an hour. I got my workspace set up again. That was the most important thing for this morning because it is Monday, and I wanted to make sure that at least at the bare minimum, my desk was clean. And like there's some random things like still on the edges, but I needed just a space to be able to lock in today because I knew like coming home, getting back into the swing of things, I'm gonna probably be a little distracted today, but at least like my workspace is for the most part clutter free, so I can just focus on getting stuff done. We have a lot to do today. I made a brain dump to-do list last night, so I'm slowly but surely checking things off today as I do them. It's going to be a very busy Monday. Like I said, I had my push day earlier. This week is a deload week, and if you're not familiar with that term, what it basically means is I am still going to the gym, but I'm only lifting 50 to about 60% of my max, which helps my body just take a week to chill and recover. Typically, what this would signal to me is taking a deload week, which means my workouts are going to change next week. Now, I think I mentioned this, maybe not. I'm no longer working with like an online coach or just like a personal trainer in general. I just feel like for this year, I need to really like work on saving and building a savings and just not spending a lot of money. Only spending money on the essentials, like I'm going to be spending on groceries, like gym stuff, like things to help me reach my goals. And I just feel that with the knowledge that I have, I can coach myself for a little while. And I shouldn't have to justify it because, like, hello, it's my money and I have to do like what's going to get me closer to financial freedom. But I just wanted to explain it to you guys because I have been working with a trainer on and off for the last like 6 years. Oh my gosh. Yeah. No, 7 years. Dan and I are dating 8 years, and I started working with a trainer, I think this summer after we started dating. That's how I can like remember it. So yeah, I've learned so much from my trainers, and each trainer that I've had has played such a pivotal role in my fitness journey. So now I'm at a point where I'm studying for the CPT exam, and I have so much knowledge of just like being in the gym for the last over 10 years that I feel like I can coach myself for a little while. It's going to be an adjustment. Not having somebody to check in with every single week, like somebody other than myself. So I think I'm still going to do those types of check-ins with me, myself, and I think I'm going to do them like Saturday nights or Sunday afternoons and just be like, okay, what went well, what didn't go well, what are my meals going to be for the week, things like that. Just to kind of prep and plan so that way I still have that structure and can achieve my goals. So coming full circle now, my workouts are still going to change next week. I do have to write a program for myself, but I'm going to do that over the course of this week. It's not something I have to do today. I am currently only working out 3 days a week, and this might seem like a little low for some people, but I feel like the last 6 weeks, I needed 3 days a week. I just feel so much peace in everything. I think my nervous system just needed a break because for the last like 4 years, I feel as though I've been constantly in the fight or flight state where my body is just like, oh, like stress. What are we doing? Like caffeine. Like I thought I was chilling out sometimes, but I really wasn't. And I also think like being out of my environment and being forced to like relax and not always have something to do, like really helped me with just overall relaxing and maybe possibly healing my nervous system. I think that's what's going on. I do think though I am going to increase my workouts to 4 days a week starting next week. I want to see a little bit more progress as far as training goes. So I think going up to 4 will be good. I'm not going to go up to 5 anytime soon. I don't think that's necessary right now. Maybe once I master 4 days a week, I might go up to a 5th day. I don't know. It really depends on where I'm at in like 6 to 8 weeks. I do also want to start a cut. Don't know if introducing a 5th day plus a cut is a really good idea. I still have to think about that. I think I'm going to stick with 4 for a while. And if I find like, okay, I want to see more progress in like my legs, or maybe I want to see a little more strength in my upper body, like maybe then I'll add a 5th day just to get that 3rd round of exercise in for whatever muscle group I decide I want to like see more improvement on. But I really won't know that until I start my cut. I think we're going to jam with 4 for a while. That way it's just low stress. Like I said, I'm going to be starting a cut, I think in April So yeah, I just have to like take it literally one day at a time, 1 week at a time, see where my progress is, see where my weight is, and just go from there. Now I am going to reacquaint myself with my content schedule for at least YouTube. I think this is the next video to go up. So I think we're just gonna vlog today and then probably end this video tonight or tomorrow morning. I'm going to try to see if I can record like one more round of workouts so you guys can see that, because I feel like the last couple of times I maybe was able to record once the entire time I was in the gym. I'm just a little bit awkward when it's crowded, but I really shouldn't be. Like, it's not like I'm setting up a whole tripod. Like, I saw this girl earlier this morning who had like the Octo Buddy thing like on the back of her phone, and she was just like putting it up everywhere to record herself. So gotta get a little more comfortable, and I think that's going to start when I just start filming when it's busy. Nobody really cares. Like, nobody, I always think like everybody's watching. Nobody cares. Nobody's watching. It's literally like 5:40 in the morning. So I doubt like, and if somebody had an issue with it, like obviously I would put it away. Just trying to be like low key and discreet about it. So I have to reacquaint myself with my content schedule. I have to start work in about 15 minutes. And I still have to do my Bible study, and I still have to unpack. I'm dreading unpacking. Usually I'm like very quick to unpack, but because it's like a month's worth of stuff, I don't want to do that. I don't want to unpack. All right, so let's get back into the swing of things. Today's going to be interesting to get back into the swing of things and just reacquaint myself with everything. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the in-between of everything going on. Okay, honestly, daylight savings time, terrible. I'm legitimately falling asleep, and I still need to unpack. Clearly, you can tell by my bed, the state of affairs back there. Still need to unpack, and I'm getting nothing done. Absolutely nothing done. Still have to do my Bible study, still have to read, and still have to clean off my bed. But at least it's after 5 o'clock, and it's still light out. So I am going to go read. I need to finish My Phony Valentine ASAP. So let's go read that and see how far we get by the end of the night.